Hey kiddos, I know it's been a while since we've drawn anything, but today we're going to learn how to draw a dump truck, but not just any dump truck. We're going to do a lowered custom dump truck. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm using just a pen. This is a Sharpie. I just like to do things in black and white first. And this is thick enough that you can see the lines really well. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start our baseline where we're going to put our wheels at. So we're going to draw a line, maybe 2 finger widths from the bottom of the page. And this is just an 8.5 by 11, straight across. And that's going to be our line we'll put the wheels on. Next, we're going to do our bumper so we know how far on this side of the page we're going to draw. And I'm going to draw this bumper right on the ground. And it's just going to be something like that without the square finished. For the fender, we're going to start at this corner. We're going to go straight up. Maybe about 3 times as far as the height of that. Stop there. Go back this way. It's a little square on the end, but that's okay. Sometimes I maybe do a little rounded edge. All right. Now we've got our fender. We're going to do from this corner at a slight angle back to the ground. Starting to take shape a little bit. Next set of lines we're going to do is start up here toward the front again. We're going to go up. We're going to curve slightly, flat, and then curve back down. Next section we're going to do is the windshield. And you're going to want to start at this corner here, and you're going to go up slightly back at an angle. That's our windshield. And we're going to make a curvy line to make the glass part show up. So we're going to go straight down and then curve toward the front. So that's the glass. Next piece we're going to do is the roof of the truck. That's going to start this corner here. And we're going to go back close to what this length is. How about that far? Right about there. And in this line, we're going to start this corner and go straight down and touch this line. All right. Now we're going to make a side window, and that I want to be level with where the top of this fender is. So draw a straight line, but you don't want it to touch this line. You have to be back just a teeny bit. Stop right there. Take your line up parallel with this line here, but stop before you get to the top. Come across, and then back down. And that's our side window. Right about here, we're going to do a door handle. And what you do is you do a little circle for the button you push in, and then you do a rectangle on top of that, and then it makes it look like a door handle. We probably should put a side mirror on it so you can see where you're going in the back. And that's really easy too. You just make a rectangle shape, kind of a tall one. And then a triangular shape here, and that's a side mirror. Now we're gonna move on to the bed. And a dump truck's bed doesn't start at the very bottom, it starts partway up the door. So I'm going to go with this line right here, the top of this fender area, this fender well, they call it. I'm going to go start here and go straight back and stop before I get to the end of the page. Okay. Now from there, I'm going to go straight down to connect that part of our first line that we drew. This corner right here we're going to go straight up to about 3/4 of the height of this cab. Say about there. And then we're going to go at an angle, going forward at the same time. Up, and then we want to be above the cab a little bit. See, my line's above the cab. Okay. And then we're going to go forward to about here where the cab is. And then we're going to go downward at an angle just in front of the window. Stop there. And then we're going to connect this with like a little L shape. Next, we're going to do another line right against this line. Stay as close as you can, straight down. And then connect it here. And this is the space where the dump bed comes down and it doesn't hit the cab. Okay. We're going to do a couple angles back here where the rear wheels are going to sit. Start not quite in the middle, 3/4 of the way maybe, and make an angle go forward. And then do another one back here and make the angle go back. This time we're going to do all kinds of different shapes within here to make it look like a really heavy duty metal. So I'm going to draw a triangle in this front section. Like that. And then I'm going to draw some rectangles, evenly spaced apart. Maybe one more. So there's 4 of them. All right, that looks nice and beefy. And then now we're going to draw the wheels. And to make it look really low, we're not going to draw a full circle. We want to draw the wheels so it looks like it's kind of tucking into this area. So you're going to start most of the way to the top here and draw a curving down to the middle point and then back up. And then draw a line right next to that line. Try to stay as close as you can. Follow the curve and back up. In the center of that, we're going to draw a circle. That's the hub of the wheel. And a bunch of little circles around it. These are the lug nuts that hold the wheel on. And then lastly for this wheel, we're going to draw rectangles toward the edge. And then to make it look like it's behind there, when you draw your rectangle, you stop at the line, it looks like it's behind this area. That looks really low. Okay, we'll do the same to the front. This time we're going to start at the top of this fender, curve down toward the middle, and back up. Follow the same line, so you're making 2 of them, and back up. And what you're seeing here is the tire, so I might fill this in black. Both the front and the back one. So it looks like a black tire. Now we do the same thing we did back here, up in the front. Draw a circle right about the middle of the overall wheel. A bunch of little circles all the way around, which makes them look like lug nuts. And then our rectangles. And remember, it doesn't have to go, you don't have to be perfect, and you got to stop before you go past that line to make it look like it's behind it. So that's a pretty cool lowered dump truck so far. I think next we need to add like the engine area right here. This is kind of plain, so let's put a hood scoop, which is basically a line up at an angle. You're going to go kind of slightly down, like you're going to make a triangle, but not all the way. And from there, you're going to go meet the front of the hood. So it makes a big scoop on it. And then we should put a big crazy motor in it. So we're going to do a line with a curve at the top there, and then a line with a curve at the top here. Connect the two. Let's do another rectangle on top of that. A smaller but taller rectangle on top of that, and then we'll split that one down the middle. And then we're going to do a bigger rectangle, so we'll go past it, go up, and then right here, we're actually going to go upward, so it makes a big opening like that. That's the air scoop for this, which is going to be the blower. So the blower need to add lines on the side. Pretty simple. And then the front gets a little square, and then it gets another rectangle, and that we color in black, because that's the belt that turns the whole thing. I like it. Crazy lowered radical dump truck. And you could add all kinds of stuff to it if you want. You could put a big stack sticking up out of the top, so like your exhaust would come up here. Put a big oval at the end of it. Make it curve like that, so that's where the exhaust comes out. Maybe a little bit of smoke or something coming off of that. Something kind of fun. You could have garbage in the back here. You know, garbage is really easy to do. You just make like little crazy squiggly lines, squares. Make it in the air so it looks like it's flying out. To make it look like it's flying, you put like little lines coming after it like this, so it just flew out of the back. Maybe a straight edge with this line like this, and then maybe it looks like a bicycle handle sticking out. All kinds of crazy stuff. We could do a little wheel with a bunch of spokes on it. Looks like a bicycle wheel. Looks like a bunch of garbage is falling out of it. All right. That is our wild, crazy dump truck. Thanks for drawing with me. See you next time.